From McFarlane Toys and their DC Superpowers line, not only are we looking at Wonder Woman version 2 today, which is more of a Silver Age kind of color scheme, but also our second vehicle that's going to be the Invisible Jet. Probably the most iconic DC vehicle that doesn't have the word bat in front of it. I mean, come on, everyone knows about the Invisible Jet. We are going to open Wonder Woman first, but first I just want to take a look at this Invisible Jet box. Just like the Batmobile box, it's very retro feeling, very vintage, and you can see the features on the back of the canopy opens, there's a capture claw. It seats one figure. Kind of wish there was like maybe space for a second figure in the back. I don't like vehicles that can only fit one, that's why I like the Batmobile so much, because if you really wanted to mess with it, you could fit like 3 or 4. But that's fine. A thing I will point out is whereas the Batmobile was $30, the Invisible Jet is $20. So I'm actually kind of curious like how this separate price point for vehicles feels. Taking a look at our Wonder Woman first, I do actually really enjoy the new paint scheme. Most of the color layout is the same as the original Wonder Woman, but they've gone for a much brighter palette. Bringing in the original Wonder Woman, you can see our first one's a little bit more modern, darker reds, darker blues, whereas this one, much brighter red and blue, and then you have blue gauntlets, blue cape, white hits on the boot. I really enjoy the colors. I also really like the fact that they picked out the star and the crown with paint this time around. I think I still preferred the modern Wonder Woman, but this one is definitely a really solid alternative, and it's the one that's more readily available right now, so by all means, I think that this is a case where they're equal, I just have a preference. I would also point out, modern Wonder Woman doesn't come with a sword. That's Deathstroke's sword, I just wanted Wonder Woman with a sword. My big complaint with this figure is, and has always been, it didn't come with any accessories, and a Wonder Woman with no sword and no lasso of truth is just a bit ridiculous to me. Getting the Invisible Jet out of box, and I will say this, it doesn't look as good on camera, but in person, it's actually really nice. I enjoy just how, well, true to form this Invisible Jet is. It's using entirely clear acrylic plastic. It looks good. I would point out, though, because it is clear plastic, it's probably going to break down over time, so you're going to have to be careful with it. But in terms of your gimmicks for the figure, you have a button here that opens the canopy. Here, let me get my hand out of the way. Really flies open. We'll put our Wonder Woman in there. It fits very well. You don't have to finagle too much to get her in. And then canopy... well, I say that. It looks like I hit a little bit of a... there we go. Usually, there's not much fuss getting it in. I am trying to straddle a camera right now. Alongside that, we have this feature down here. Let's see here. How do I work this winch? Oh, no. Oh, no. How do I make it work? I thought it was going to be all nice and simple. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. There's not a button. It just pulls out. And then you just take it in. And then can I make it go back up? There we go. Oh, wow. That's cool. So you can make it go that far out, and then you hit the tail of the plane like this. And it just zooms right back in. That's awesome. That's so cool. I'm sorry. And then, like, watch how quick this is. That's so cool. I was expecting, like, there to be, like, a really kind of cheap wind-up or something. But that, like, it just rockets back up. Can I make it kind of get flush? Yeah, and then goes flush with the plane again. So 2 gimmicks, basically, right? You have the pop-up canopy, and then you have that winch that pulls things up. Between the two of them, I obviously like the winch more. One sec, I want to see, like, how well does it hold someone. So here's an original Kenner Parademon. We're going to review Darkseid before too long. That's why I got this guy pulled out. So, I'm going to take the winch. It is slightly ratcheted. I'm going to get it around his torso, like so. And I'm going to put his arms down to try to give him extra secureness. And now, oh, that's a good feature. That's a good gimmick. I will say right now, this is probably going to get worn out over time, as would the actual canopy. Just because, you know, again, clear plastic, and also there's a ratchet joint involved. Those things will eventually give way from overuse. But, like, if you use it sparingly, go for it, man. Like, this jet, like, it has better gimmicks than the Batmobile. I was not calling that. If someone was going to tell me that they put more effort into working out the gimmicks on the Invisible Jet than the Batmobile, I would have thought you were crazy. That was not on my bingo card. and yet here we are. Look, it helps that I'm already a really big Wonder Woman fan. I love the Invisible Jet. I've wanted a figure of the Invisible Jet for a long time. This is a good little vehicle for 20 bucks. I mean, like, literally, this is less than a Marvel Legends. And you got two really cool gimmicks. You have the clear plastic, and it does fit characters fairly well. Again, I would once again say you have to be careful because translucent plastic, yada yada yada, but also it's 20 bucks, and it's fun, and it has some good gimmicks. I like it a lot, and I like the second Wonder Woman a lot as well. I still prefer my modern Wonder Woman, but this is definitely the one that's going to be sitting in the Invisible Jet on my shelf. Then, as has become tradition, here with our Superpowers reviews, here are all the figures together, as well as our new vehicle. And as I said before, this line is really shaping up to be something cool. I like this, I like everyone here, and the Invisible Jet is really going to be a cool anchor to the shelf alongside that Batmobile.